Well, we're just going to demonstrate outside how dowsing works in a practical session with a bottle of water, which is used for finding water, and a copper pipe for finding copper pipes. Bottle of water for starters. Initially we'll start looking for the water, and obviously there's a copper pipe before I get to the water, but I should be ignoring that. Mentally I should be ignoring the copper pipe, and I'm just concentrating on looking for water. So if I carry on over here, when I get to there, I hit the water. And that is very precise. That's exactly where it ought to be. If I step forward a bit, I lose it again. If I come back, I get a reaction. And if I come back further, I lose it again. I've forgotten all about the water now. So I now start looking for the copper pipe. And again, that's the copper pipe. And it's right over where it ought to be. If I go a bit further forward, I start to lose it. If I come back, I hit it. If I come back again, the rods open out. Go back to the copper pipe. If I walk across it, I lose it. But the water doesn't have any effect on me at all. Pipes are always under the ground, but we can pick them up at whatever depth they're at. You hold it in a rather strange way. It all feels quite wrong when you hold the stick, because you think you ought to be holding it like that, which seems to make more sense. But in actual fact, everything is sort of counterintuitive with this. So you hold it like that, and you might notice that the fork stick will come up slightly just before it starts its descent, which in some instances can be really dramatic, but it's quite enough for this little bottle of water. So anyway, I'll go as slow as I can. Now the stick is starting to come up now, I can feel it. Now as you can see, that's quite dramatic, and that's just for a tiny little bottle of water. If there was 400 or 500 gallons of water an hour rushing through 200 feet beneath me, that would move quite fast, almost to the point where it would take the skin off the inside of my fingers. If there's something man-made under the ground, which I'm looking for, it comes up. And the reason that I always hold this fork stick slightly off one side or the other is because it can give you a nasty smack in the face. And the idea of walking around with black eyes doesn't appeal to me too much. Up it comes. It actually locks my wrists, and I have to sort of stand back a little bit to relax before it would go. I'm just going to show you how we find the line of water pipes under the ground. The stopcock is the other side of the wall, just by the light posts. Somewhere it has to get from there to the house, and that's the problem that I'm always given when I have to start looking for leaks where people don't know where their pipes are. So I normally stand right against the very edge of the property, and I just use one dowsing rod to find out where the nearest water pipe is to where I'm standing. And that is swinging in that direction. So it's telling me that I've got to travel in this direction to pick up the water pipe. So I'm now going to actually go at a slight angle to this and hope to pick it up. Now I'll get a reaction just by there, so I'm going to put a flag in there. And again I pick it up there, so that's flag number 2, and that's my third reaction, which is just there. If I go slightly past it, I lose it again, so I know it's a very, very small thing that I'm looking for. And I've got it just about there. I'll stick that in there. So that is the line of my pipe running down to the house, and again, just direction finding the water pipe. It's saying it's just in this direction now, and when I get to here, it crosses there. and again cuts across there. Now you'll notice that I'm actually going across a drain cover, and there is a pipe from that drain which goes off and it goes across from the water pipe that I'm looking for. But I'm not actually looking for the drain pipe, I'm looking for the water pipe. So that's the thing that I'm picking up. The next thing is, it could be a copper pipe. So just out of curiosity, if I look for a copper pipe, I don't get any reaction at all. So if I go back and I start looking for a lead pipe, I'll pick it up. So I'm working my way across here, and there you go, it hits me on the shoulder because I've got a man-made structure that I've just come across.